The Dreame R20 is the next cordless vacuum cleaner I'm testing as part of my series of reviews on devices in this segment. How does it perform in practice and is it worth buying? That's what today's video is about. So far I have tested several devices. I bought the Dreame R20 for review with my own money because the manufacturer didn't want to lend it for testing. It cost €290, making it a direct rival to the Karcher VC6 and the Bosch Unlimited 7. If you are interested in the topic of cordless vacuum cleaners, I also encourage you to check out my guide on which cordless vacuum cleaner to choose, available both as a video and an article on my blog. First impressions. The vacuum arrived in a nice and well thought out box. Inside, there are many different closed compartments where the manufacturer has stored various elements of the set. Nothing is loose or rattles, which is a plus. I immediately noticed the vacuum's tube. It is made of carbon and has a distinctive grooved pattern. It's incredibly lightweight yet sturdy, which is a pleasant surprise because I always pay close attention to the weight in vacuum cleaner tests. Central unit. The central unit is in shades of grey with chrome accents. Just above the handle, there is a display, a power mode switch, and a trigger lock. The display shows the remaining battery percentage. You also see pulsing leaves, which can be green, eco, white, boost, or red when the battery is low or the vacuum detects a high level of dirt on the floor. Pressing the lock button, a padlock symbol, lights up a small white indicator, and from that moment on, releasing the trigger does not automatically turn off the device. The button is quite large and easy to press. Just below it, the manufacturer has placed a plastic protrusion for the index finger, making it easier to grip and maneuver the vacuum cleaner. However, I feel it's quite hard and has slightly sharp edges. I've seen similar solutions in other vacuums, but in the Dreame R20, it could have been better executed, for instance, by adding a rubberized element or softer material. The handle houses the charging port, and underneath it is the sliding battery. Everything fits together well and looks very good. In my opinion, a better solution would be the ability to charge the battery separately as in other tested vacuums. You simply swap the battery for a second one and charge the discharged one separately. Here, it's not possible because to start charging, the battery must be connected to the vacuum, which prevents you from using it. The front of the vacuum has an outlet for various attachments as well as a button to release the dirt container lock. Like its competitors, the flap opens automatically, allowing it to be emptied. What I liked most, however, was the solution from the much more expensive Dyson Gen 5 Detect, where the manufacturer used a very clever slider. After opening the flap, you could easily slide out the entire element without getting your hands dirty. Here, larger pieces of dust or hair are almost always above the container's seal, and you have to struggle a bit. An interesting solution is the ability to easily remove the entire module with the container. There is a button near the battery for this. This way, you can access the 5-stage filter, replace it, or wash it under running water. Attachments and accessories. The set includes the central unit, battery, charger, carbon tube, docking station, as well as additional accessories and turbo brushes. The main one is the illuminated universal turbo brush. There is also a version with a soft roller and a much smaller one for upholstery. The manufacturer also includes a joint that allows the tube to bend up to 90 degrees relative to the vacuum. There's also an extendable crevice tool and a soft bristle brush for furniture. During tests of other vacuums, I quickly found that I mainly use the universal turbo brush 95% of the time, and the rest remains stored away. It's the same with the Dreame R20 set. The universal brush performs very well on various surfaces and is entirely sufficient. However, it needs to be cleaned periodically as dust tends to accumulate on the edges. I mentioned earlier that it's also illuminated, but compared to the Bosch Unlimited 7, the light is much weaker. Bosch has a bright white light, while Dreame has a delicate blue light. It's a pity the manufacturer didn't opt for laser illumination as used in Dyson. It would have been excellent, but it's just okay. Battery. The manufacturer claims that the R20 battery can work for up to 90 minutes and fully charges in about 4 hours. It's also replaceable, so you can buy an additional one. A new one costs around €85. This is 3 times less than for the Karcher VC6 and similar to the Bosch Unlimited 7. And what about the runtime? If you lock the vacuum in boost mode, you can only watch how quickly the battery percentage drops on the display. Realistically, you have between 7 and 10 minutes of operation from 100%. In automatic mode, it's much better, and I could comfortably vacuum a 50 square meter apartment 4 times a week before needing to recharge. Suction power. The Dreame R20 is equipped with a brushless motor that operates at 150,000 RPM. This gives the vacuum a suction power of 190 air watts and suction strength of 27,000 Pascal. It also features a HEPA filter, which helps eliminate mites and dust. During operation in automatic mode, it's quite quiet for a cordless vacuum. The rotating turbo brush roller is more audible than the motor itself. In boost mode, it's much louder, but it's not an irritating, high-pitched noise. The vacuum can also automatically adjust the suction power depending on the floor's dirt level. While the Dyson practically always ramped up to full speed in auto mode, the Dreame is more stable and gently adjusts the suction power. How does it perform during actual vacuuming? I must admit that the auto mode is sufficient for daily cleaning. Sometimes I felt I had to go over a spot twice, but the Dreame R20 managed. When using non-turbo brush attachments, you should immediately set it to boost mode because the vacuum performs averagely, like all competitors. The manufacturer states that the dust container has a capacity of 0.6 liters, which seems quite a lot. In practice, however, I had to empty it at least once a week because various hairs and dust clog it enough to reduce the vacuum's efficiency. If this video was useful to you, I would appreciate a comment, a thumbs up, and a subscription. It will help me reach new people and develop the channel. Thank you, legend. See you in the next video.